One of the first things you'll need to do with zInspector is to create new properties. There's different ways to do that, but one of the easiest ways is with the mobile app. So typically you'll start up here in your Take Picture screen. If you tap on this white bar at the top, you will get all the properties in your database. You can use this bar here now to search for them. If you don't see what you're looking for and you need to create a new property, you've got to go to your settings wheel. And you've got two options, either the new property mode or the quick property mode. Quick property will be primarily for contractors who are using this just to go in and take photos of one particular area. New property will be used by anyone like a property manager or anyone else who wants to fully define the property and all the different areas associated with the property. So let's go ahead and do that in new property. So now I'm here. I've got to type in my address. I can use 2 lines if needed. The city and state are required. Zip code is optional, but it's recommended that you type it in. And you can see here it suggested a property name. If this is for an apartment complex or a multi-unit property, you may want to change this property name. But and we give you some tips for here on how to do that if you tap on this. But for right now, we're going to assume this is a single family home, and we're going to name this property the same as the first line of the address. So hit continue, and let's say this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and this is what we call our smart area creator. And so now when you answer basically these basic questions, it's gone through and defined the property based on what is typically required for a move-in, move-out report. Now, you can add in descriptions for each of these areas. These are optional. For most of them, the different areas you will not need to enter in the description. However, for bathroom and bedrooms, you're going to want to almost always enter in these descriptions. And these are important because as you enter in these descriptions, then they are shared across all your different users. And so whether you're doing a leasing appointment, or a move-in report, or you're doing a repair or anything like that, everyone has got the exact same reference for their property photos. Okay, so now I've got my bedrooms and bathrooms defined, and here now it's defined all your kind of different areas as well. Now let's say this property, for whatever reason, it does not have an entry area. You walk right into the living room, so I don't need this area. Well, so now it's kind of defined everything else that a standard single family home would have. So dining, garage. Now maybe I want to put this in here, maybe I want to say, okay, this has a 2-car garage, so I can add that in there, and you can put in any level of detail that you need. You can put in, say, details here. You can say garage remote if you want to do something like that. And here it's got kitchen, laundry, living room, personal property like lawn chairs or anything like that may be left at the property. And you've got your safety systems, for instance, your smoke detectors, a CO detector. And here we also have normal systems like a heating and air, furnace, water softener, etc. Now, you can be done, but let's say you've got something else you want to add, and you've got a number of different options here. Some of you may want to always put an attic or crawl space, or however you want to define it. A lot of you might want to use a roof. Let's say, though, we're going to focus here on move in, move out, so we don't need most of those other items, but we are going to go ahead and add in pool and spa. So now I'm going to preview this property, and so here I've got this thing defined because I did have a pool at the property, and this all looks good. If I had any typos or anything like that, I could hit back and fix those. But that looks good, so I'm creating this property, and I've got a pop-up on the screen that says property created and property list updated. So that is one thing that when you are creating a property, your device does need to be connected to the internet so it can handshake that data with the server. So now when I click on my available properties, sure enough, there it is, 123 Any Street, and I've got that. And let's say I'm doing a drive-by of the property, just kind of as a sanity check. I was in the area, and so I'm going to take a picture of the front yard. Okay, and this is an emulator. It's not an actual device, so I'm picking one from my computer, but it works almost the same on an actual device. Now here on your web browser, you will have to refresh this periodically, but you can see, sure enough, there's now my 123 Any Street. It's now defined, and there it is. I got this drive-by, this picture of this property, the address. It was just an other activity and when it happened. And so now that's all defined and back up in your office for all the different users. Now, when you created that property, you defined all your different areas. You can go in here and make changes. And so if you tap on any one of these, you can make changes, or you can go in here later and say, oh, I really do want to add in the roof or crawl space or other things like that, and that's fine as well. If you delete an area, the pictures will stay there, but they just won't have an area defined associated with the property. So if you've got any questions or need help with this, please email support@zInspector.com, and there'll be some other videos on using Quick Property and other tips for how to use zInspector. Thank you.